Hi, hello everyone. In today's topic, we'll talk about how to renew permanent resident card. But first of all, I would like to mention that if you are a new permanent resident, then you don't need to apply for an initial card because when you complete the lending procedure, the representative at the port of entry will assist you with the PR card with no fee. So no need to pay for the first card in Canada. And the card will arrive your provided address in Canada. In the case that you don't have an address at the time of lending, then you will need to provide the address to IRCC within 180 days, or 6 months, so that the card will be mailed to you. If the IRCC does not receive your mailing address in time, then you will have to apply yourself for an initial card, and the fee is $50. For the purpose of today's sessions, we'll talk more about the PR card renewal application. When you see the expiry date of the card, you will see if it is expire or going to expire, like in less than 9 months, then you will need to renew it. There are two methods of renewing the PR card. The first one is online application. We will discuss more about that in a few minutes. The second one is by paper applications of the very traditional way. We will talk more about that in a different video. As you can see on the screen, that is a document checklist for renewing the PR card. You will need to fill out the application form. The form here is called IMM 5444. Then you will need to provide the IRCC with 2 pieces of proof of residencies. We'll discuss more about that in the next page in detail. The fee is $50. The document checklist, the digital photos at the front and at the back. The back, it means that the photo stores contact information. The primary ID, that is a photo page of valid passport, or maybe the passport that you used for lending. The secondary ID, it may be the health card or the driver license. And of course, you would need to provide a copy of the PR card. And if you help your child to renew the PR card, you would need to provide a copy of birth certificate, the school records or school attendance, and the transcript as well. This part is a little tricky one. The residency obligation. You will need to prove for the IRCC that you physically stay in Canada 730 days within the past 5 years, and you will need to provide them with the 2 pieces. And on the right side of the screen, you can see some of the documents that you can provide the IRCC. The first one is the employment records or the pay stub for the people who's working. But if you are not working, that is fine. Because you can provide other documents, for example, for the bank statement, or maybe by the notice of assessment from the CRA in the last 5 years, immediately before the application. The evidence that you received the benefit from Canadian government programs such as the child benefit, GST, HST, or even the away security for the older people. Also, you can provide the rental agreement or the mortgage agreement, or even the property tax in the last 5 years. Or maybe you can provide the evidence by participating in any club, like sporting club, gym, even gym, and in any other document that prove that you stay here in Canada. After getting all those documentations, and here is the steps for online application. You will need to sign in the PR card portal on this link. I'm going to put this link in the description below. And then you log inside and then you fill the application form. At this step, you don't need to sign anything. And then after that, you check mark and upload the document checklist, and then upload the documents like the passport, the PR card, the drive license, the primary ID and secondary ID. You upload the photo, the receipt, and then after that you consent and sign by typing your name. After completing all of those steps, and then you submit. So please stay with me for now, and then I will sign in the PR card portal, and then we can work from there. So you open a Google tab and type PR card online applications, and down here you can see the permanent resident portal sign in, and then you click on that sign in link. And here if you have the username or your email address already, you put it in, and then password you put it in, and then you sign in. But however, I assume that you don't have any account yet, so let's create an account. Okay, you hit on that create an account, and then you put the email in here. For example, in my case, I put my email address, and then I create a password. Let's say and then confirm your password, and then after that you check on the checkbox, and then you hit on the create online account. Create an account. You hit in here. Yay. And then now enter verification code. It was sent to your email already, so you go back to your email and then get that verification code. Like, let's say in my case I have that code, and then I go back to the portal, and then I put it in, and then I complete registration. I hit on that. Yay. So all's gone, done now. And then I go back to when you see success, congratulations, you successfully created a new account. It means that you create an account already. So let's go back to the sign in, and then you put the email address, and then you put the password, and then you sign in. And then create a new application under which program. I put PR card renewal. I click on that. The situation is I'm in Canada, like inside Canada now. And then I check on that box, and then apply for a PR card. Here you go. So that is all the checklist and the form that you will need to provide the IRCC. Okay. It is asking if your PR card request is urgent or not urgent. So I assume that is not urgent. That is to renew, because I will have like 9 months of preparing for that PR card renewal. And then down here, I will have the IMM 5444. That is a main application. That is mandatory. And the document checklist, I need to download it, and then I check mark, and then I upload in here later on. For representative, I do it by myself, so I don't need to use the user representative, so I don't need to upload that. The other form is IMM 5475. That is the authority to release personal information. I don't need to do that because I'm the owner of that application, and I can conduct the work between me and the IRCC if anything. The next one is the request for a change of sex or gender identifier. I don't need to do that. And the other one is confirmation of eligibility for a reclaim name change, blah blah blah. I don't need to do that. And statutory declarations to reclaim an indigenous name. It doesn't apply to me. and statutory declarations of common law, it doesn't apply to me either. So everything in here, if you see mandatory, then you will need to upload. If it say if applicable, then it's up like on your based on your situation. Okay, and then next you will see the photo. You will need to upload a photo in here, and then that is the back of that photo. As I say before, that is the contact information of the photo store. Okay, and then after that, you will see that asterisk in red. It means that you need to upload the document. For example, in the case that you will need to provide with the passport, the PR card, the proof of residencies in Canada, and all those things that apply to you. Whatever apply to you, and then you upload it. Okay, and then after that, that is a proof of payment. You will need to pay, and then you get the receipt, and then upload it in here. And then the next step, it is declarations, the consent and declaration. So everything here, the correct, like for example, I certify that the information given on this form and documents uploaded is correct, complete, and accurate, something like that. And then you can sign in here, and then you date, and then you put the city, the province, and the country. And after that, you can say yes, and then complete the applications, and then after that you can submit the applications. But now let's go back to the portal, and then we can go in detail on this portal. Okay, so first you will need to fill out the application, that card, that is mandatory. Okay, and then we click on the start. So when we get into this, the application, and then you select on the situations. So question number one, it is applicant situations. In here, you can select renew your present PR card. And for the UCI number, you have to put it exactly the number that you see on the card. Okay. And then number 1.3, the language that you want to choose, English. And the date that you became a PR in Canada, you can see that info at the back of the PR card. And even with the place that you became a PR in Canada, the port of entry, you can see that on the card as well. Okay, and then after that, you save and continue. Question number 2, it asks you about the personal details. In here, you can put exactly the name on the PR card or the name on the records of lending. I put my last name, my given name. Number 2.2, the current name, if it is different from the above. If it is not different from the above, then you just leave it blank. Okay. Number 3, 2.3, it is physical characteristic. The gender, I put female, and the eyes color, you can check it with the color, and then the height, and then birth information. You can put your remember, everything here is on the paper. The country of birth and country of citizenship, Argentina, and current residential address in Canada. I put you need to put the address, so that later on the card will be mailed to you to that address that you provide the IRCC. Number 2.7, that is the current mailing address in Canada if it is different from the above. So if it is different, then you put it in. If it is the same, then just leave it blank. Okay. because for some people they live at the one address, but the mailing it will come to the other address, so that is convenience for them to pick it up, or maybe it's safe in that address for them to send the card. Number 2.9, that is the telephone number. You select Canada, and in here you have to select the type, cell or home or business, and then you put the number in here, okay? And number 2.10, that is alternative telephone number. If you have, then put it in. If don't, just leave it blank. Number 2.11, would you like us to contact you by using the emails? So if you prefer them to send you by email, then you select the yes. If not, then the no. Number 2.12, that is the current marital status. You choose your marital status, okay? In here, you can have married, common law, divorce, single, separated, or widow. And the day that you were married or enter into a common law relationship, you just put it in here. And then after all those steps, all those information, you save and continue. The immigration history, that is number 3. They ask you, number 1, have you ever been issued a removal order from Canada? I select no, because it doesn't apply in my case. Of those, you have to read it all, and then you select the answers based on your situation. Number 2, like immigration officer issue an inadmissibility report, so no. Have you ever lost your status as a PR of Canada? I say no. Number 4, ever submitted an appeal to Immigration Appeal Divisions of Immigration Refugee Board against the decisions of the residence of obligation? So I say no, because I never done that before. Number 3.5, have you ever issued any of the following documents? Those I don't have travel documents, or I never applied for a PR travel document. So no, I just leave it blank. And then after that, I save and continue. Number 4, that is personal history. Number 1, address history, like inside and outside of Canada, for the last 5 years. Okay, for the last 5 years. So I have to put down all of those. For example, for this year is 2024, and then I have to go back for 5 years. It means that it is in 2019. And I have to put down all the address that I live for 6 months and above, more than 6 months, in this column, in this section. Number 2, 4.2, that is a work and educational history. That is both inside and outside of Canada in the past 5 years. Remember, everything here is 5 years. So let's say for this year is 2024 April, and then I have to go back for exactly 5 years. It means that it is in April 2019, and then I put down all those informations, like if I work, and then I put the work. If I don't work, I put unemployed, or if I go to school, like the language classes, and then I put the language classes, okay? And then count for 5 years, because if you don't put all the 5 years, and then it will not be completed, and you cannot continue with the section. So after that, you can save and continue. Number 5, that is a residency obligation, the time spent outside of Canada. Number 1, 5.1, have you travel or live outside of Canada in the past 5 years? I say yes, because I do travel. Number 2, employee in full-time basis? No. Have you ever been a Canadian citizen? Say no. Number 4, accompany a peer who is spouse, blah, blah, blah. Say no. And time spent outside of Canada. I have to put all those in here in the past 5 years. Okay, so and the time that for the access, that is in April 2019 to April 2024, because that is the 5 years period. And then after that, I had to put down all the time that I was outside of the country. For example, in here in 2019, in May, I traveled to Mexico for a vacation. I put it as a vacation. And then in here, and then after that, in 2023 to 2024, almost 2 months, I went back to Argentina, and then in order to visit the family. So in the reason for the options, I have to put others, okay, because that is the column that you can select from that. And then after that, number 7, it asks about the humanitarian and compassionate grounds. But it doesn't apply to me, so I put it as NA, so not applicable in my case. And after all those informations, I hit on the complete and return to application. After we are done with filling out the form, and then it will show up as ready to submit in the status of that form. And then after that, you can do the document checklist. The first, you need to download that form and then check mark. And then after that, you upload. I do have it in here now when I download that document checklist. In here, I upload, and then that checklist. You see that? Whenever it is done, like the attachment attached, and then it can say ready to submit. Okay, and so in here, representative, I don't use that one, so so I don't. As I explained before, if you see if applicable, and then it's up to you. But if it's mandatory like this, then you have to upload it. If not, you cannot complete the session, the application. Okay, and then next one is the photos. So remember that before doing that form, if you haven't got this form ready yet, and then in the photo, it will have nothing in here. It doesn't have the add or edit in the actions here. It will be disabled until you finish that application form, and then your name will comes up in here, like my first name and last name, and then it asks you to upload the photo, your photo. So I upload my photo, upload like this, and then I apply. Okay, in here the brightness, you have to adjust it, but however, when you have that professional store who took the picture for you, then it will be okay. When you take the picture in the photo store, you ask for digital photos, okay, and then you can ask them to send you a copy of that. Then after that, you declaration in here, and then acknowledgement that it is yours. Okay, and then after that, it is the back of the photo. You go. It will have that like photo taken on the date, like which date, and then the name of you or the name of the person on the photo. In the next, the document type, it will ask you which document that you are submitting. For example, in here, the passport, you will need to submit the passport, the page with your photos and the signature on that, okay? And then next, they will ask you the PR card at the front and the back. the back and the front and the back is one file only. You cannot send it in two files. Here, front and back. The proof of residency is approved by notice of attachment, by the mortgage agreement, and the child benefit. Others, okay. Others, it means that the secondary ID. For example, approved by my driver license. I can put it there. Or maybe another others, I can put it with the OHIP, the health card as well. It has my face on that. So for the passport, for the PR card, for the proof of residency, you have the choice of only one file. However, for the others, you can upload as much as you want to prove for yourself. Okay. So in here, in the document type, I have many. I have passport. I have my PR card at the front and the back of the card. I have the proof of residencies in Canada by notice of assessment, the mortgage agreement, and the CCB. And in the other documents, I have driver license and I have an OHIP card. Okay. And next, we have to upload the proof of payment. When I paid, and then it will generate the receipt. I will take that receipt and then I upload it in here. As you can see in here, it is ready to submit. Okay, and then after that, that is a declaration. That is a consent and declaration that I explained from the like in the previous section. And then after that, we click on the start. In here, I certify, I understand the photograph is mine. I have no child under 14 in here because I apply for myself as an adult. I understand foregoing statement, ask for blah blah blah, and further understand and acknowledge that I verified my absence. And in here, the applicant, that is a requirement. Okay, the signature in here, I would say I type my name in here and then the date will come automatically. However, you can revise it. And then the city, that is a requirement, like in Ottawa. Province, it is in Ontario, and the country is Canada. So when I check mark everything in here and then it asks the question, are you currently out of Canada or have you left Canada since starting this application? I say no. And then after that, I complete and return to the application. Yep, that is how it looks like. That is how it looks like. Yep. And everything is good now. You have the form. You completed the form. You uploaded everything with the proof of residency, with the ID, the primary ID, the secondary ID, and you sign and consent. So everything is good, and then you hit the submit your application. So that is the end of the session today for PR card renewal. I hope this video helped you. Thank you so much. Bye and good luck to everyone. Bye.